Rodriguez. I am the Executive Director. Hello, my name is Muget Guiniguez. I am the Executive Director of NAMI Seattle. It's the affiliate of one of the affiliates of the National Organization of the National Alliance on Mental Illness, pardon me, NAMI. NAMI Seattle's goals are to address unmet mental health needs within our community through support, advocacy, referral, outreach, and education. Thank you for joining us. This evening, NAMI Seattle is partnering with the Central District Forum of Arts and Ideas to offer insight into Black artists and trauma and how they are coping amidst a pandemic and social unrest. NAMI Seattle offers free mental health support groups, workshops, and a helpline. Visit our website at namiseattle.org for more details. I want to take the time to thank a couple of our supporters for underwriting this event. Thank you. I want to remind our audience that we are virtually gathered on the unceded lands of the Salish and Duwamish peoples of the Northwest. I ask you to join me in acknowledging the Salish and Duwamish communities, their elders, both past and present, as well as future generations. We have a full program this evening. Our moderator is Sharon Nyree Williams, the Executive Director of the Central District Forum. I will now introduce Lauren DuPree. She will sing the Black National Anthem, Lift Every Voice and Sing. Welcome, and thank you, Lauren.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won.
Woo! Thank you, Lauren DuPree. Hello, everyone. My name is Sharon Nyree Williams. I am the Executive Director for the Central District Forum for Arts and Ideas, and I am also a storyteller here in Seattle. And I just want to welcome everyone to the show, and thank you, NAMI, for partnering with the Central District Forum for Arts and Ideas. Thank you, Minerva Labs, Michael B. Main, for having us, for doing the behind the scenes for us. We appreciate it. Hey, Mira, we love you. I just want everyone to know, if you haven't participated in this type of event before, this is the event that we use a platform called, we use Shaking Shit Up is the title of my other show. And we're going to use that program platform for today and how we run the show. And so basically what you will get today and what to expect is you will have artists presenting work, and then you will have conversation immediately following that, and we'll just keep going, almost like a versus battle. If you've been watching versus, where one go, then another go, we have a little conversation, and it's all about participating and just being in the moment. And if you would like to participate, please find the chat section if you're on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. please find the chat section, and then you can put comments in there. And then the team from NAMI, Maguette, and Ivy will be managing that, and we'll try to share as many of those comments as we can, and questions as well. But it's about to be some dope stuff happening tonight. So let me jump this off by inviting my guests to the stage, right? To the virtual stage. First, we have someone you just met, Lauren DuPree. Lauren DuPree, I've known for a very long time, and she is a wonderful actress. You know what? I'm not going to tell you. Lauren, tell us what you do.
Oh, sure. Well, Sharon's known me since I was what, 10? Okay, well, yeah, I'm an actor. I'm from Seattle, Washington, but I went to Howard University and studied musical theater. Worked out there for a while, then came back to Seattle. You may have seen me at the Fifth Avenue Theater or Village Theater on stage. I also produce my own content. I recently did Untitled in a Quarantine playlist, and it was a part of We Out Here. Yeah. Anything else I should?
And I'm dope. There you go.
There you go.
That's what's up. Thank you, Lauren. We look forward to seeing some of your art and having conversations with you. Next, we have my partner in crime with Central District Forum and a great friend, Dani Tirrell, is in the building.
Hello.
Hey, Dani.
Hey.
Dani, please tell us about your artistry.
Tonight you're gonna get something completely different than what you're used to me doing. I am a choreographer. I teach dance. I share dance spaces. I teach at the University of Washington in the dance department, Northwest Tap Connection. I curate for Central District Forum for Arts and Ideas. I have several ways to perform on social medias and the ways of talking. Different little talk platforms that I'm on. And tonight, you're just not going to see anything dance related from me. Awesome. But it's all dance related.
It all comes together. Right. Thank you, Dani. Love you. And next week, we thought it was appropriate in having a conversation and having an event called Black Artist Coping Event to bring to the table a doctor and a psychiatrist that can add to the conversation as we go throughout the night. And so we're bringing to you Dr. Katrina Sanford. Hey, Doc, how you doing?
What's up?
Can you tell everybody a little bit about your practice?
Yeah, sure enough. So I'm a clinical psychologist, and I have private practice through Niles Edge Healing Arts Center, which is an arts center that I started with my partners, and we co-founded because we tried to do African-centered approaches to help heal our people. And in addition, I, in my free time, because I'm a Leo, y'all, and I just, I be doing the most. Also run a nonprofit with my wife called Earth Girl Collective. It's queer women of color nonprofit. And we're dedicated to healing our community through creative collaborations. So I'm all about the healing. And I'm going to talk a little bit about my artistry. Learning the drum.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. So you going to do a solo?
I might.
Actually, you want to collaborate with me on this? I'm going to read this story and you give me a little drum underneath.
I'll see what I can do.
All right, y'all. So we're gonna kick this off. I am going to read a story called "Amazing Me," and Dr. Katrina is gonna hit me up on the drums. Right. Here we go. The time had come, and I couldn't help but think maybe there wasn't anything wrong with me. Maybe I just needed to take a long nap, and everything would be okay. I sat in the room with white walls, staring at the examination table. The nurse went through all the routine medical checks. Then she handed me a piece of paper and told me to answer the questions while I wait for the doctor. Generally, when they hand me a document to complete, I start at the top, write in my name, contact information, and began to make my way down the page. This time I skipped the top and went straight to the questions. My answers, yes. 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 I guess so. Yes. Before the doctor even entered the room, I had confirmation. I had a form of depression. I don't think depression hurt me. I think identifying that I was depressed saved me. I traveled in the space on earth in a dark cloud of life. At the time, I blamed it on my job. It wasn't what I felt as though I was put on earth to do, and by doing it every day, I felt as though it sucked the life out of me. But how is this so when I didn't even know I was depressed? I didn't know what the symptoms of depression were, so how could I have allowed something, or shall I say a situation, suck anything out of me? It took a friend who wouldn't stop telling me something was wrong with me. It took a situation to where it was time to support a friend at a major milestone and me not wanting to be a part of it for me to realize something was wrong with me. It took me being so angry to go somewhere and be somewhere doing something that I love to do on a Sunday for me to ultimately look in the mirror and say, what is wrong with you? That moment in time made me realize that it wasn't the job, but it was something within this body we often refer to as a temple that was wrong. It's at that moment that I realized I wasn't just angry this one time, but I stayed angry. I was the ultimate mad Black woman. And to ease my soul each day, I would rush to get home to drink the grapes that were especially made for me. It was the time when being alone in solitude in the dark for days actually made me happy. This may be okay every once in a while, but not as frequent as I was doing it. When sleep is maybe 2 or 3 hours in the night and a few more on the weekends, it was a time that depression grabbed me. It had a hold on me and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know where it came from. How could it have gotten to me? It grabbed me when I least expected it. It slowly made its way into my everyday life. It moved within my body, inside my head, and through my heart. It was the stare within my eyes, the smile and laughter that I now had to work at, and it lived in the evil that can be a part of me. Depression creeped into my soul with no warning, no rationale, and definitely no justification for changing me. Maybe depression grabbed me because I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing. I had forgotten the ways in which I was supposed to go. I had pushed aside my childhood teachings and believed I can do this thing called life by myself. I'm independent in every sense in the way, and I don't need this or that to make it through. I'm strong. I got this. I can't be broken. Wake up. This is not you. This is not who you are meant to be. You deserve much more. You deserve the life you are meant to live. So wake up and do what you have to do to get back to who you are. Cry if you have to. Pray if you need to. Ask for help from those who love you. They got you. Depression got you, but it's not going to keep you. Your soul is too pure. Your spirit is too fierce. Your love is strong. Your path of life is too clear. Depression? Nah, yo. It can't live here. Go Trina, go Katrina, go Katrina. Get it on. Oh.
All right, Sharon.
Wow.
All right.
What's out there? What do y'all think?
Sharon, I appreciate you sharing that, because a lot of the stuff that you were saying is, I think, a lot of stuff that other people are feeling and don't get the chance to talk about. And the one thing that stuck out to me was the diagnosis, how in some ways that's a relief for people, which I can understand, right? Because it's like, what's wrong with me? How can I figure out how to fix it if I don't know what it is?
Right.
which I can appreciate. But the other part of that is our mental health system. And now I'm about to get on a soapbox just for a second. Our mental health system doesn't really serve people in the way that we need to, because we get so focused on labels with insurance companies that we don't actually focus in on what the actual healing can look like and how to help support people who are struggling in this way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. That's the importance of it. When I got diagnosed, the first thing I did was call my friends and family to let them know what it was, because we hear that we don't talk about it. So I just made it this thing where I had to talk about it. Lauren?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, did you do this in your show that was at ACT?
Yes.
Okay.
This guy, yes.
Yes, because I remember being in the audience and really relating to this, and then having the same feeling now. But what stuck out to me was the section where you're talking about, you're strong, like you're this, you're that, like, pull it together. And I feel like that's very, very much my journey. What it's been like whenever like I'm feeling a certain way, it's like, why do I feel like this? And like, okay, get it together. You just gotta like muscle through it. And there is so much power in, like you said, the diagnosis and just understanding what it is and accepting it. Because if you don't accept it, you can't work through it in any way.
Right.
So yeah, that just really, that really resonated with me.
Cool. Dani?
Yeah, I mean, I think just echoing what everyone else said, it just resonates with me. And I think just this thing of like, you just keep moving through it. And especially as Black folks, we don't sit and take the time to understand what is going on with our mental health, because we have been told to push through. Our people, our ancestors have been told to push through. And so you brush those things off until you can't anymore. So this idea of like, now when people ask me, how are you doing? I always take a pause to really check in with myself before I answer that question. And people are like, well, are you okay? I was like, no, I actually want to be honest about what I'm actually feeling in that moment. I don't want to say I'm okay when I actually am not okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it just reminded me of just that honesty part about checking in with yourself consistently and being honest about where you're at, because Black folks, we need to talk about, we are not mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically okay at least 80% of the time.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Eric Ho says, feels familiar, the self-blame associated with it. Definitely. And how oppressive systems have reinforced this blame. Yeah, because they constantly tell us what they used to say, you're crazy if you felt something was off. I don't feel crazy at all. I feel like I know myself better, because I've taken the time to deal with it, no doubt. And so that's my first piece. Let's have Dani's first piece.
This is so scary because I am not doing dance. I'm like out of my comfort zone.
This is a safe space for you to get out of your comfort zone.
Let's say brave space. There's no safe spaces. There's brave spaces.
Mm-hmm.
I will read this, and then as you all look at the image, I want to sleep for the rest of my life. I still want to live. I just want to sleep. I want to sleep until the pain is no longer a factor in how and when I rest my body. When I wake up, I want the troubles of the world to be a thing of the past. I want to sleep and know that this has all been a dream. I want to wake and know that the troubles of the world are things of the past. I want to sleep and see myself with the biggest and widest smile that I could ever imagine. I want to sleep until I hear the words, you are okay, we are okay, it is okay. I want to sleep until the desire to sleep is not just a dream, but a reality. I want to sleep for the rest of my life. That's it.
Mm. Mm.
That's real.
Can you repeat the line? I want to sleep until I see myself smile. What was that line?
Let me find it. I want to sleep and see myself with the biggest and widest smile that I could ever imagine.
I feel like that whole piece just makes me think of how I was dealing with everything going on in the world for a while, which was just avoiding because it just felt like I couldn't handle it. And also the smile line. I've been binge watching Living Single because it makes me happy.
Yes.
Like that resonates with me too, because it's like I don't want to come back until this is how I feel, until this joy is what I feel. So yeah.
I think it makes. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, just so people can kind of understand the photos and things like that. I don't want to dance right now. I don't want anything too much to do with dance at this moment in time. So before the pandemic, I wanted to do this photo series of just in my queer body, in my fat body, in my non-conforming body. And so this particular picture was just me completely stripped down of the drag that I put on. Because we all wear drag, whether we want to believe it or not. We are all in some forms of drag. And this was also, if you are a queer person, your body, if you are in a male body, presenting body, your body's supposed to look a certain way. All of these things are supposed to happen. If you're a dancer, like I should not be a fat dancer. I should be skinny and rippling with muscle. So a lot of this was really just about me stripping myself. And the idea of sleep for me is just, I don't have any restful sleep. And that's like kind of like where, just to give some context.
And this is how you're getting through this moment, right? I mean, I have to question, like you saying I'm this is something different, and like a lot of artists, right? We sometimes get put in this box of what kind of artists we are, what genre we are, and so it's really. I remember seeing some of the photos on Instagram and was like, I called you instantly and was like,
yes.
What? This is some dope stuff. Like, and just finding ways to get to be in this moment. Dr. Katrina?
Yeah, I have two things. I have comments on your piece. Dani, I really enjoyed the piece. I think it kind of shows the imbalance that a lot of us feel when we're anxious or sad or whatever. It's like, okay, I want to sleep. Well, I don't really want to die, but I know that I don't want to be here right now. Right. Or I want to feel that joy, but all these negative thoughts keep swirling, and I try my self-care and I try to feel better, but I just can't get to that place. And how crazy making that imbalance feels. And then it fits perfectly with this picture, because this picture, like you said, is like, you know, we all are in drag at some point or another in life. Right. And this picture it's just you. It's you, which is beautiful, which is amazing, which is sometimes sad, is sometimes happy, is sometimes angry. And all of those things are okay. So I just appreciate you. I just really do.
Thank you.
Donna Stringer says, thank you. And the physical image enhances the verbal look. I moved it. I look forward to seeing you dance when you are ready. Thank you, Donna. And Kimberly McCreary, who's my cousin in North Carolina, says, that's deep, Dani. Raw. Thanks, cuz.
I think I will, and last thing I'll say, sorry, Sharon, is that like even right now, like I don't talk to this, I talk to my husband about this, but I'm just going through a lot of body issues right now of just like, you know, I'm too fat, I'm too this, I'm too that. And so even this image of just trying to just stare at it and love the person in the image, woo, not today. It's extremely difficult, but the past like few weeks have been really difficult inside of my body. And understanding, like when we talk about health and all that, what does that really mean? Do I want a healthy body or do I want a skinny body, or a body that is presumably more acceptable in society? So this image is just forcing me to deal with just looking at myself.
Thank you. I love looking at you.
Thank you.
The bravery in it is wonderful. I really do appreciate you sharing that with us, and that's part of what coping for Black artists is being we get to get some of our emotions out artistically, and acknowledging everybody doesn't have that, and trying to find that happy place. So thank you very much. Let's go with Lauren's first piece.
Sure. I didn't give him an order yet, so let's do Someday We'll All Be Free. Yeah.
Michael got it.
Oh, the sound's not working.
Thank you, Michael.
American people, they love Black people.
Hold on tight and you will last. Keep yourself respect. Keep your pride. Let yourself in here. Keep your stride. Brighter days will soon be here. Take it from me, someday we'll all be free. Yeah. reach right up to the sky. Sing your greatest song, and you keep going, going on. Take it from me, someday we'll all be free. Yeah. Just wait and see, just wait and see, someday we'll all be free. Just wait and see, we'll all be free. Be free.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Lauren,
Thank you.
You better
Healing.
say.
That was beautiful.
Thank you. That was part of the Untitled Quarantine playlist, which I did in We Out Here, Seattle. And so I was asked to do a concert, but I came up with the idea to do like a film of all these music videos. And then while I was doing it, just a whole bunch of stuff happened in the world that really affected me. And it was like, part of me was like, I don't even want to work on this anymore. And then the other part of me was like, how do I channel this into the art to show like what I'm going through in quarantine right now. So yeah.
Wow. Deirdre says, wow, stunning. Martine Pierre says, wow, what a voice. Beautiful, thank you. And your mother said, awesome. And and Soul Movement said, I have chills. Can you talk a little bit about like if you were in this space and you didn't have a project, like creating something for We Out Here, like how important did having something to do or help in your process of dealing with your mental illness, your mental health?
I'm sorry, can you say that one more time? How important is it?
Yeah, how important is it to you to continue to create or have projects while trying to deal with your mental health at this time?
I think it's essential. And I've learned like just in the multiple periods of my life where like I've been down for whatever reason or like illness, the main thing that's been missing is not using my voice in my art. And I think that it's kind of like a double-edged sword because when you aren't feeling your best, you don't necessarily want to put yourself out there in that way, but also that's like part of my healing to put myself out there in that way. So I feel like that's something that I've constantly, like my whole life, have been learning how to balance so that I can be healthy and whole.
Mm-hmm. Dr. Katrina, for people that's going through these times and we hear, I know I heard from my therapist a million times of trying to find what makes you happy. Like what are some of the things that you may advise for people to try at this time when they're feeling down?
Yeah. Well, I want to answer that and something else if that's okay.
Okay. Yes.
Just watching you in the fetal position in that video, like singing, that has been my life at so many points. Just like, I don't know what to do. I'm just going to sit here and rock and sing because that's how I'm healing myself in this moment. So that resonated so hard for me. And I imagine it resonates for a lot of other people too. So when it comes to, see, this is the question, Sharon, that everybody be asking me, and I'm like, yo, on the real, like under quote unquote normal circumstances, when the world is chill, you know, and we're going through the like usual, I'd be like, okay, just, you know, find the things that make you feel happy kind of stuff, right? Like that anxiety is just messing with you. It's just your brain messing with you. You know, grab an ice pack, put it on the back of your neck, bring your physiology down, you know, and try to calm your body system. But like on the real, things are tough right now. Like we have a pandemic, we have like racial uprising, which isn't anything new, but there's something that feels a little different about it right now. And even when you try your hardest to do all the things that you think make you feel better with your self-care in this moment, sometimes it's not going to feel like enough. And that's okay. And I want people to know that. But I think what the important thing is to think about what things make you feel good, even if it's getting a foot rub, or especially things that don't include other people. Because of the pandemic, a lot of us are isolated. So what things can you do on your own that make you feel good? Is it playing a drum? Is it running up your stairs? Because exercise is super good and gets your serotonin flowing. You know, do you paint your nails? Find things throughout the day that make you feel good. Meditate, do whatever it is, but keep doing it, because we get busy thinking about what we have to do for everyone else, that email we got, but we don't put the same kind of focus in on ourselves and our self-care. And if we're not putting that gas in our tank, then I promise you that tank is going to go on empty sooner rather than later. And that self-care is going to need to happen to get yourself back on track.
Mm-hmm. Dani?
It just, first off, Lauren, you just killed that. So anyway, let's just talk about that. Let's just talk about that's just pure magic and gold. And just watching you and the things that you post, period, is just really beautiful to watch. So let's go there. The other thing that I keep thinking about is that my love-hate relationship with social media. And because we get so much information, and at this point in time, I know within the past week or two, there's 2 more trans women that got killed. And I'm trying not to read the stories at this point in time because I just can't. You know, things with Breonna Taylor, things that are coming out with just a bunch of stuff. I'm just trying to stay off of it because I know that directly affects my mental instability, is to keep feeding myself that information. And so it's just a reminder that, yes, my freedom within Black folks is, I'm trying to like do the counter, and I may post like a video of like, I posted this video of this couple dancing, and it was just like slick as hell. Like it was so beautiful. And so trying to like counter what I want to put out there, because I do want to show Black people in freedom. So even that song is just also reminders, like I can make a choice to post things or comment on things where Black people are in freedom or stepping into their power. And not ignoring the other things, but just being really clear about, like, if I take too much of that in, then I'm just not being kind to myself in that moment.
And then the struggle to like make that choice, right? Especially when you're feeling down, to make that choice to move towards joy versus moving towards what your body is feeling, which is sometimes negative.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I explored in the film too, because the whole film, like, I'm getting all of these messages from social media the entire time, and throughout the film I'm making the choice to ignore them, but at the end I can't anymore, which is exactly what happened in my real life. But most of the film I like made a conscious choice to be like, no, I want this to be fun, I want there to be joy, like I want people to laugh when they see this. But there's still these very real things going on that are affecting me and everyone.
Yes, Rick DuPree said, thank you, Dani. To many of us, social media, way too much power in our lives. Thank you. I know. I was going to say the same thing. Like, Rick, we know you ain't got no social media.
You got the whole family on here. Commenting, Lauren, everybody.
For those you don't know, Rick is Lauren's father and also an artist in his own right. And then Deirdre said, yes, that's good. We have to be gentle with ourselves. Thank you, Deirdre. And Soul Movement says, this is online therapy. Wow. Thank you, Soul Movement. That's very powerful. Thank you, Lauren, for that. Dr. Katrina, you gonna oh, wait a minute, I got another comment here. It's true that we need to see ourselves wrapped in beauty. So the picture of you without artifice is that way for me. Our beauty down to its essence. Thank you. And Sandra, your mother said, well, dang, you basically, she's saying, you put your dad on Front Street. And then Sandra Brawley said, I've heard it called doom scrolling. It's hard to do joy scrolling right now and to be mindful of that importance. Thank you, Sandra. Yes, it is doom scrolling. When you get into that joint and you just can't go, it's just click, 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 and you're reading, and before you know it, you're in a sad state and it's hard to come out of. And you know what really makes me happy is like all the puppy videos. When I get into the puppy scrolling, I'm like, ooh, yeah. And then it'd be like 2 hours later. Thank you. So this next piece that I'm going to share, and my last piece for today, is called Shook. And it's a part of my new album, also entitled Shook. So Dr. Katrina, you gonna support me one more time with your drumming?
I got you.
Awesome. What is wrong with you? It's back. The question. It has been a while since I laid down the words that made up amazing me. The feeling of something not being right within me has returned. Life has been a rocky road, and this time I don't know if it's the depression talking. I just know I feel shook. I feel like the energy around me is rocky. I got out of bed and I tried to shake it off. First my left arm, then my right arm, then both arms together. I began walking in a circle saying, something's wrong. Something's wrong. What did I do? I'm sorry. Please tell me what I did. Get it off of me. Pull it out of me. Make it go away. Why is this happening to me? Lord, I don't know what it is, but something is not right. As I continued to shake my arms, energy of uneasiness ran through my body. It was like a current passing through power lines. I've never felt this before. I may have felt this before. Honestly, I don't know if I felt this before. My consciousness is unclear. I question if this was confirmation. Is what I'm feeling telling me I was correct? I kept shaking and I broke the circle and walked out of my room. As I moved about the house, I continued what I now think is a chant. Something's wrong with me. What is wrong with me? Who am I calling on? Why in the past few months, when I'm saying everything is okay, something drastic happens? Why is it that the money that I have been owed to me is finally in the bank and bad shit keeps happening to me? I guess money can't solve all my problems. I began to question myself. I told them everything was okay, but everything is not okay. I thought everything was okay. I just Googled, who am I? I just Googled, feeling like something is wrong. Click, click. I can't read it. My head is hurting. Somebody please tell me what's wrong. I'm on my medication. I promise I haven't missed a day, but something isn't right. It's all wrong. I want to be fine. I want to be better than fine, but I can't shake it. I'm shaking my left hand. I'm shaking my right hand. I can't shake it. I can't get it off of me. I don't know what it is, but Lord, something is wrong. Help me, somebody. The energy around me is all wrong. Am I entering a state of depression, or have I been in it again for a while? And I'm just not realizing it. I can't shake this feeling. I don't like this feeling. Can you hear me? Is anybody there? Help me. Help me, please. I'm sorry I told you work was good. I'm sorry I told them I feel great about my performances. I'm sorry I told them life was good. I'm sorry I didn't know I was lying. It's too much. I can't handle it. Please make it stop. Make it stop. I'm shook.
Ooh, I'm shook. Woo! Tingly. Wow, Sharon.
I would like to say that I made that up and it's just a figment of my imagination. But that's what happens. Sometimes when I'm battling depression, I'll speak from my own experience. And as I've been going through this battle, my doctor did prescribe, I'm on citalopram. I take it every day. And there's been times when I didn't want to take it and I stopped taking it. And then I was like, oh shoot, I got to get back on it. It took me a long time to get in a place where I remembered, my friend Sandra said to me, you take your Benadryl every day, don't you? So why can't you take your citalopram every day? And so that was very important. But then even on that, you still have these breaks, and I call them episodes. And I had that episode, and it was the worst thing I've been through, in battling depression, of feeling like I didn't know what was going on. And I just remembered after it was over, I was just crying and laying in the bed. And but writing is how I deal with some of the things. And I feel as though as a storyteller, I have to share the good and the bad and be honest about it in order to help the community as a whole, and specifically Black people. Sandra Boas DuPree said, just how it feels, you captured the feeling. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you for being so vulnerable. I can relate. So real, tearing up. Thank you. It's so important to remember that we are not alone. That is so true. So that's why I think discussions like this is important. I think it's important to put it in my work specifically and how I do it. But yeah. Dr. Katrina?
Yeah, I have so many things that are running through me right now after hearing that. I think the one thing that's sticking out to me is the medication and taking it every day. And some people wind up taking it for decades, years. And what's happening is an imbalance in our body. And, the Western medical system is very much focused on pharmaceuticals because oftentimes they can be a quick fix. And especially for people who are really struggling with severe depression, they can help lift you a lot quicker than other things. However, one of the things that we really work on at Niles Edge, and one of the things that I'm personally putting my own personal research into, is helping our people transition off of pharmaceuticals onto herbs and supplements that they can take on a daily that doesn't harm their system in the same way. Because, the pharmaceuticals come from some kind of herb anyway. They just do their thing with it. They put some other stuff together in a lab and they create this thing that can help. But I also don't want our people to be on these for years, for decades. And it's really important for us to know what things are imbalanced so that we can start adding that into our food or our supplements or having some herbs or tinctures. Like I find that is, if you will, the next frontier is us figuring out how to, if you will, go back to our African roots. Because we used herb in Africa. Herbs are used to heal. And we can do that here. We just have to learn more and be more thoughtful. And also remember what our grandmama did when we were sick. She brought that weird thing over. But actually, that was her African roots coming out, whether she knew it or not too, right?
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Michelle said, thank you for sharing. That reminded me so much of times when my mind felt so separate from my body and reality. Devin said, Deirdre said, Love Jones Part 2 Finger snaps. Thank you for being vulnerable enough to express your truth. For those of you who have never seen Love Jones, I don't know what platform is playing on right now, but go ahead and Google it. Soul Movement said preach. And Devin said, that was amazing. Thank you. Lauren or Dani, do y'all have anything? Rick DuPree says, say that, doctor.
The section where you were talking about, I'm sorry I said work was good. I'm sorry I said I was okay. That really resonated with me. And this is gonna go into what you were talking about too with healing, like natural healing and using herbs and stuff. A big portion of my like mental health journey has also been because I've been struggling with an illness which was caused by medication that I was given. And so I've like returned to my whole thing is like all natural everything. And even when I have been dealing with like mental health issues because of my experience with like my physical health, I'm like, I don't want to take any sort of medication, and not shaming anyone in any way that does that. Just for me, like in my experience with medication, I'm like, I don't even want to test it on my body again. But also a big part of like my journey has been learning to like be honest about how I'm feeling and tell people like, be honest about how I'm feeling with other people and also with myself. Like, is this job that I've just like chosen, that I've accepted, is this serving me? Is this making me happy? Or is this a part of the reason why I'm feeling the way that I do? And that's been I feel like this past year, I really like, that's been a huge part of my life this past year, really like cutting out the things that are making me feel bad. Yeah.
Awesome. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The secrets that we hold will kill us.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing that comes up for me in that piece is that everyone says, thank you for being vulnerable, and all that. But what I've realized throughout my life is that my secrets will kill me. And I am working towards being as honest as I can, one, with myself, with my husband, and with other people. And so sometimes it may be like, you may not think I needed to say that, but I actually did need to say that. I don't want to walk in shame anymore. And I know, again, part of the things that I go through is like I walk in shame over the things that I've done. And I just need to go, look, this is what has happened. It's less about people judging me. It's more about I judge myself, and we judge ourselves so hard. So just even with you, Sharon, saying that and putting those in words, it's like that secret in a way won't kill you because you're being honest about it.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the thing that's just coming to my mind. It's just like, I don't want my secrets to kill me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm too busy trying to cover it up and hide and, figure out who I said to what and all of this other stuff. And I just don't want to live that way anymore. That plays a lot into my mental health.
Mm-hmm. And it's interesting that you say that, because one of the things that I do is once I learn that I'm in a depressive episode, because for me, I don't know that I'm in it until it shows itself to me. And then I look back at the last month or the last few weeks and I'm like, I've been in a depressive episode, dang. And then I start to fight to come out of it. But being an arts leader, one of the things that I do in running an organization is I tell my staff, I don't feel like it's something I have to keep a secret. And I just feel like they should know, like, I'm sorry. I haven't been feeling like checking emails lately, but I've been doing other things, and I realized I was in a depressive episode. I'm starting to work myself out. Just check on me, and that's it. And I tell my family that as well. I start to text people and say, I just realized I was in a depressive episode. I'm working to get out of it. Just check on me. And I don't want you to check on me to necessarily give me advice and tell me how to get out of it. I want you to just check on me to see if I'm okay, and I'm trying to figure it out. and listen to what I have to say. So
Right.
Yeah, get that love and support.
Definitely. Dani, you ready for your next story? And I just want to say right quick, we're hitting the hour mark, and Maguette was like that we have to stop at an hour. But I told Maguette that I was going to be really, really bad. We was going to go over an hour because we were going to be having a really good conversation and sharing some really good art. And I think I'm right. And so we're going to keep going and allow Dani and Lauren to share another piece, and we're going to have conversation, and then we'll close it. But and Rick DuPree just said, yes, Dani, everything in darkness will come to light. Being real and honest about our shortcomings gives us power over it. Ain't none of us perfect. We all have flaws.
True.
Yes, thank you. So, thank you, Maguette. I love you. Let's go, Dani.
Sure.
Ooh.
I should say the name of that last piece was called Sleep. And this piece is called Gone. The written piece, not the pictures. The picture is titled Flower Girl, and the last picture was called Ugly. So they're all separate, yes. So this piece is called Gone. She is gone. I thought I would be okay. She is gone. I just want her back. She is gone. And she can't help me. She is gone, and there's nothing I can do. She is gone, and I did not say a proper goodbye. That's it. Short. That written piece serves two purposes. I lost two very important women in my life before COVID, like literally right before COVID hit. And my mother and my aunt, they died. My aunt died first, which was my mom's sister. She was the oldest out of the 7 children. And her and my mom were extremely, extremely close. And so my aunt died like January 16th, or something to that nature. And my aunt died January 16th, something around that nature, or maybe a little bit later. It was later than that because my mom died on February 17th. So they were like a week and a half of each other. They died within a week and a half of each other. Mm-hmm. So part of that piece is like I saw my mom physically when we had my aunt's funeral, and then came back to Seattle. And then, my mom died. And so not having that proper goodbye and not being able to like talk to her was just really difficult. I did get to see her before the final, them pulling the plug. I'm just going to be blunt. Like that's what happened. So, I got to say goodbye in that way, but the proper goodbye I did not get to say to her. And then it serves another purpose, more in line with the picture. The other thing is like, I look just like my mom, and I'm realizing how much I look like her. It's like that thing, like, but now I completely see myself inside of her. And so the other part about it is that I'm a queer person. I'm a non-binary person. I'm a person that is so much in line with what we call femininity that I remember moments of just trying to like separate myself from that. So these photos are part of like a larger group of photos. They were all photographed by me, makeup done by me, styling, like all of that was done by me. One, it was just to challenge myself to just do something that I completely had no real clue of what to do and how to do it. And also, I want to feel pretty. I don't want to be handsome. I want to feel pretty. I want to be around flowers. I love lipstick. I love all colors of lipstick. I should have worn some today, but it's hot, so it would have melted off of me. But it's just those things of just like, I love long dresses. I love bag dresses. Like, I love anything about femininity that we call femininity. And so I'm doing my best to embrace the fact that she consistently grows inside of me. I was nurtured by some really beautiful women, and I continue to get nurtured by some really beautiful Black women. And so I want to honor that. You know, I was nurtured by some really great men, but the women are the ones in my life that really showed up. So when I say she is gone, that's because society tells me I can't even touch her. I can't even be next to her. And I'm fighting against that. Like, she's dope as hell. So why not live inside of her? You know? So
Nathaniel says, amen. What happened to my audio? Sandra said, I see that you are part of the bouquet, a flower emerging and blooming in beauty. And then Devin said, wow, I lost my mother over 30 years ago. I was young and didn't understand what was going on. I never got to say goodbye. Didn't get to see her for almost a month before her death. I totally relate. Thank you, Devin. Big hug. Yeah. Lauren?
I really love this photo. What's so striking to me is the look on your face through the flowers and like underneath the makeup, because it's like you have these beautiful flowers around you, this like bright pink lipstick that my eye goes to immediately, but you look melancholy. And it's like, it just makes me like, I wanna know like what's going on when I look at it. Like, I'm drawn in immediately. Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you.
And I think you bring up a good point, Dani, and maybe Dr. Katrina can talk more about it than I can, around dealing with grief. And that's all I'm gonna say, and then I'm gonna pass it to Dr. Katrina.
Yeah, I mean, that stuck with me too, the grief, how, you know, we all in some way or another go through some grief in our lives, and our society doesn't really, I don't know, there's a particular way that we're supposed to grieve, right? Like, you're supposed to just be okay and go to work and it's fine, you know, just get over it, just move through. And that's not real. Like, grief stays with you. Losing a mother, my goodness, you lost a piece of you. You know, how can you just be okay and go to work the next day? And why is that the expectation? And then if we think about the grief of our ancestors and how that's passed down through our DNA, you're not just feeling your grief in that moment. You're feeling all of this grief from your family line, and that is intense and we should be cared for and loved and hugged and have a shoulder to cry on. That's not always how it goes. It depends on what your support system looks like, but our society doesn't allow for that, and it's unfortunate. And that makes it very difficult, especially for us as Black people, who our grief is coming from all sorts of stuff, not being on the land that our people were from, being enslaved for years. Like, we have a lot of grief that we need to deal with, but we don't necessarily get time to do that in this American society because of all the stuff that comes with racism, and that just piles it on. And so I'm thankful that you had your mom and your aunt Dani, and I'm so thankful that they were so loving and caring to you, and that in this lifetime with them, you felt them so hard. And I think that's so beautiful.
Thank you. I think the last thing that I'll say, thank you for that, Katrina, so much, is that the guilt you have of wanting to grieve. Like, I realize that, like, we're in a pandemic. Like, you go from like losing people before the pandemic, you go into this moment, so you don't have really time to wrap your mind around the grief inside of that. And then, like, so many people have died because of the pandemic, because of police violence, like, still happening. So it's like, then you feel guilty of like consistently sitting in your grief, because it's like, oh, I actually haven't really grieved the loss of my aunt and my mom. And so it's like this weird balance of just like, okay, don't cry, don't show this, but it's just like, oh no, like, I am fucking sad. My mom is not here.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Deirdre, Sandra said, "I hear you, Dani." And Deirdre said, "The dichotomy of loss and life with the picture and words is so powerful." And just personally, in our family, we are going through this right now with a loved one of coming to the end of their journey, and just to see this and to hear your story and knowing your story, um, I'm trying to figure out how to be there for someone very close to me if and when this happens, but also trying to be there for the family as well. And so thank you for showing the beauty of it. Right? It's yeah. You wasn't supposed to do that to me today.
I was trying not to do that today.
We're gonna go to Lauren.
So this is gonna be something completely different.
Thank you for something completely different. But it's all love. Love. Let's go.
Okay. Let me see. Oh my gosh. Is this what I look like? Why would you let me record like this?
What are you talking about?
I look a mess, Mom.
You always look like that.
Yeah, but not on the internet.
Girl, you look fine.
No. No. I can't let quarantine do me like this. Man.
What?
I know what I have to do. I just don't want to do it.
What are you talking about?
I have to use the Instagram model filter glasses.
The what?
The Instagram model filter glasses.
Introducing the real-life Instagram model filter. That's right. Never get caught looking like a normal woman again. You can live your Instagram dreams every day with a simple one-time payment of $9.99.99.
Okay, hold this. And hold these in place.
Hey guys, it's your girl here, Carmen with a K, aka the Butterscotch Goddess.
Classic, Gucci, ratchet, yeah. Sassy, movie, nasty, yeah. Acting stupid, what's happening? Bitch, what's happening? Bitch, I was savage, yeah. Classy, Gucci, ratchet, yeah. Sassy, movie, nasty.
Quarantine got you looking like a hot-ass busted mess? Never fear. Instagram model filter glasses are here. Keep your timeline popping with those cute dance challenges and make sure you look like the bad beast you are while doing it. The best part? You never even have to change out of those pajamas. Just place the Instagram model filter glasses over the camera lens on your phone, and anyone captured in the video will instantly be turned into an Instagram model.
Lauren, can you help me set up for Google Hangouts?
It's still not working. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to record something, Mom.
Girl, you better put that camera down and help me. I have a meeting in 10 minutes.
Oh my gosh, so embarrassing.
Get your Instagram model filter glasses today with a one-time payment of $9.99.99 on Cash App to $JustDuPree. Times are hard and artists are out of work, so help a sister out. Trust me, it's the best money you'll spend in quarantine.
Miss Me Beesies. Oh my gosh, I got it right
Wow.
And then just give me like a confused look. Like, what? What is she talking about?
The what?
No, just don't say anything. Just look confused.
Yeah, I am.
You said something though.
I know.
Is that your confused look?
What is happening?
So we have some comments here. We have Nathaniel said, "Hey." Art Bay say, "Laugh out loud, love it." Nathaniel said, "I cannot." Nathaniel said, "Please." Art Bay said, "I need a pair." Sandra Bradley said, "Fantastic." And Nathaniel said, "Hey, Auntie." Woo!
So I use comedy a lot as like a coping mechanism, not only like in my relationships in real life, but clearly through like sketch comedy. But I know that like the same way that I'm watching Living Single right now, it's like I read something not too long ago, or maybe like saw something that was talking about how like comedians often deal with depression, and I was like, okay, well, that makes sense. But it's like for me, it's a way to like some of like the most dire situations I've been in. I can like look at them and literally just laugh because it's like this isn't real. This can't be real. And it's like the only way to get through it for me is to laugh and make a joke out of it. And I think sometimes I abuse that where it's like I don't necessarily acknowledge how I'm actually feeling, and I joke my way out of whatever it is that I'm going through. So I make a much more conscious effort to be like, okay, are you just making a joke to avoid something, or is there something that you need to deal with here? Mm-hmm. But yeah, I wrote that. It was like the first month of quarantine, and I was literally looking like that every day. And I was like, I need to get like what is going on? I need to get it together. And I was literally writing that in my room, and I was like, I don't know if my mom is gonna do this, but if she does, it'll be hilarious. So that's what happened.
Your dad said, "You see, she put us to work, but ain't paying nobody." Pop was on the camera. He shouted you out. Mira said, "Sending over my 999.99 real quick." But comedy, man, is needed. It is so we get so caught up in being so serious that just being able to laugh feels good, and appreciating the opportunity to laugh. Cool.
I'm just going to say, I could watch you do Carmen with a K every single day of my life. You have no idea. Like, I'm waiting for the series to come out so I can just tune in each week. Like, you have no idea. Like, I've just been watching you post those videos. Like, one of my all-time favorite characters in life. I want to be her. I understand her. She is me. I just want you to know, like, the minute you say, like, the series is coming out, like, I am, like, the president of your fan club with Carmen with a K. Like, I'm here for real. Like, you have no idea what this does. I'm like, oh my God, I know her. I love her. Yes. So I just want to say that.
Wow. You just gave me one. I have a sketch that's been sitting in the pile that I got to dust off and do. You just gave me motivation to do it.
Soul Movement said, "I stared at my phone for a few minutes and I still am speechless. Bravo." Art Bay said, "Where can we see more of your videos?"
You can follow me on Instagram. So that's just JUSTDU_PREE. There it is. Yep. And then you can also, if you just look up Lauren DuPree on YouTube, they're also on YouTube.
Oh, Lauren, that was amazing. You have me cracking up over here. What I really love is that with the pieces that you decided to show today, again, I'm all about balance because that's what our bodies want anyway. There's that balance between like, oh man, I'm sad and I really need to sit in this for a second. And also like, okay, I need to laugh and find joy because like we're so used to being sad that our brains just create these neural pathways of sadness. And this thing happens and it's like, oh, nope, that's a sad thing. But when you start finding joy and doing happy things like that, your brain starts recognizing that happiness is also a part of the plan. So I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Thank you, Lauren. So we have two more, right? So Dani has one more, and do you have one more, Lauren, or are you done?
Oh, I put a whole bunch in the Google Drive because I didn't know what I was going to share. But if you want me to share another one, I can.
Right.
Okay. So we have.
I'm trying to be respectful of time and stuff.
So what we gonna do is we're gonna let each of them share. We're gonna just do it back to back, and then we'll talk about it, wrap it up, and then we're gonna have some special words from Dr. Katrina and any advice she wants to give us right now. So we'll go with Dani and then Lauren, and we're gonna just go back to back. Michael.
You want my words now? You said?
No, I want your words later.
Okay.
Gotcha.
The photo is, I believe that photo is Little Boy Blue, and boy is spelled B-O-I. And the piece I'm going to read is called Help. I need to be quiet and allow my soul to rest. I need to scream and allow my soul to heal. I need help in loving the most ugly parts of myself. I am sick and tired of the sickness of hiding them. I need help in loving all the good parts of myself. I'm addicted to my own torture. Are you not? I want to stand on my pain like a superhero. I want to own its defeat, but it owns me. That's it.
I am addicted to my pain. Are you not?
Wow. What you say, Lauren? You're a little bit low.
I said I hope I'm not misquoting. I want to love the ugliest parts of myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That hit me. That hit me hard.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Art Bay says chills. I felt that. Thank you. Michael, let's go ahead to Lauren.
Got taken in, we feasted on olives from the fridge. We stood alone every day. We made love all afternoon till the stars went blue. You wrote the ballad, we dined on oysters and champagne. That's what it seemed like. We connect in so many ways, so easy, I must say. Why am I so shy around you? Why am I so shy? Why do I take care to astound you? Why do I even try? Another rainy day, we sat inside by the radiator watching old black and white films where everybody sang. You played in my solitude, didn't get dressed till 2. Typical day. The rain says all I wrote, the song on my guitar. It didn't turn out right, so we just connected in other ways. So easy, I must say. Why am I so shy around you? Why am I so shy? Why do I take care to astound you? Why do I even try? Why am I so shy? Why am I so shy? Why do I take care? Why am I so shy? so shy, I'm so shy, I'm so shy, I'm shy, so shy, I'm shy, I'm shy, I'm shy. You're not, you don't exist. I'm alone in quarantine.
Yes, Queen. Yes, Queen. Deirdre says, historically, Black folks have used our pain for creativity and innovation. We shouldn't be afraid to express ourselves freely. I applaud you all. Nathaniel says, sing, sing, sing. Wow. Dani?
I just appreciate you, Lauren. Let me just put it that way. Just really do. And the balance, just I live in my head a lot. So things I do tend to be like super in my head and I'm thinking deep about stuff. And so it comes really sad. And then you like the compliment is like this joy that you bring out. And I know like through your work and what you're saying, like you think really deep about things also. And just the balance of how you put that energy out there. And I really appreciate that. Because even inside of that, I find bits of myself that I need to reflect on and think about. And I just love the way that you can do that inside of lightness, in a sense, and comedy and joy, and still make me think really deep about stuff. So I appreciate you so much.
Wow. Thank you. That means a lot coming from you because I have been admiring your work for years. So
Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't know what to say. I'm kind of Lauren, in selecting and creating that piece. What made you do it?
I was asked to sing for a part of a cabaret. It was like the first thing somebody asked me to do during this time, and I put it off for weeks because I just didn't want to do it, to be honest. And I remember I had a conversation with one of my good friends, and I was like, oh, somebody asked me to sing this song. I don't want to do it because it's like I'm just going to be like singing to a camera, and like it just felt weird for me. And I was like, I want to figure out some other different way to do it. And he like encouraged me to just like do it and stop thinking about it because I got very much in my head of like, well, all I got is my iPhone and I'm stuck in the house. And but yeah, I picked that song because it's a Corinne Bailey Rae song. I didn't write it, but I love that song. And for me, it was just another way to show like what I'm doing in quarantine. And it happens to be this love song. So at the end, I changed it a little bit because I was like, I ain't got nobody in quarantine with me. So I changed the end because it's like I'm single in quarantine and, just kind of chilling, trying to get through. But I'm actually, after I did that, that's kind of where I got the idea to do the Untitled Quarantine playlist. Because Michael also asked me to do a concert, and I said yes before I knew what I could do. And I kind of like stressed over it for 3 weeks, and then I did that, and I was like, oh, I could do music video. So yeah.
Awesome. You know what? It gets me thinking about like as artists are creating things, like you never really know what they're going through and what is taking them mentally and physically to put that out there for you. So really being appreciative of what you see or what you hear or when you're engaging with artists, that love is felt even more when we're in times like this of like just putting ourselves out there and don't just look at it as entertainment, look at it as really trying to make it through, trying to cope and get things out there, especially during these times. Layla said, that's one of my favorite songs. Great job. Your mother said bravo. And she also said, good stuff tonight. Thanks. Dr. Katrina, tell us something good.
Well, I'll tell you what's good is you artists right here, right now. I'm absolutely just, I'm humbled to be here with you. I'm thankful and grateful for what you do for our community. I know that the arts are incredibly important. And although I wouldn't necessarily identify myself as an artist, I have been around artists and helping produce them for almost 10 years now. And to be behind the scenes and get to see how you all set up for your shows, and like you said, Sharon, like you have no idea what these artists are going through when they sing this song or they do that piece, and you all are literally on stage leaving a piece of your heart with us, and you don't have to do that. And I appreciate it so wholeheartedly. Thank you all for what you do, especially coming from somewhat non-artist. I appreciate it.
Thank you for being in a field where we don't see a lot of people that look like us.
Right.
And I have a lot of people that say, do you know a Black therapist? And I'm like, yeah, I know a couple, just one, two, maybe. What color is your therapist? My therapist isn't Black. I'm sorry. But yeah, I mean, thank you for doing that. And do you have any, and this is for everyone, we're going to close out in a very special way that nobody ever expected, is that we're going to bring the behind the scenes folks in as well, just to give some last words. And so we'll start with Dr. Katrina, and then we'll let Michael come in. And if Ivy wants to come in, Ivy can, and then we'll have Maguette come in as well. Dr. Katrina?
Yeah, just in general, you know, things are really difficult and life can be super hard. And I know it's really hard to focus in on yourself sometimes when you need to take care of yourself and to do the self-care and love yourself and, you know, be grateful and do all of those things. But it is one of the primary reasons that we can still keep getting up each day, is reminding our brains that get stuck on negativity that there is joy in life and that there is future joy. So I would just say, please keep taking care of yourselves, you all. We're going to be in this pandemic for a little while longer, and it's going to teach us how to live in sustained uncertainty, and that's okay. So start figuring out your self-care plans. Make sure that you reach out to your family and friends when you need to, and take care, because you're beautiful. We're all beautiful. We all deserve to be here on this planet. We all deserve to live a happy, healthy life. And we can take a big part in making sure that we are happy and healthy. We don't have all the control, but we tend to focus on what we don't have control over. Focus in on what you can control, which is figuring out ways to find that joy, because you deserve it. We all do.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Michael.
Hello, everyone. What you've all given me today. I mean, every time I see you all and experience what you have to offer, I always feel like I'm just being given such a huge gift because of who you are, not just as artists, but as people. You know, like what you do for me is you expand my thinking around what's possible. You know, there are a lot of things that we do as artists that I oftentimes can get. I get tired. Might be the word. Like, yeah, it might be the word. I get tired of certain things. I feel like a lot of times we're taught certain rules in whatever our field is, and then oftentimes we as people can get stuck in those rules. And when I see people extending beyond those rules, that's where I really love to see the creativity happen. And I'm seeing that with all of you, and it's beautiful. Like being here tonight is the kind of thing that makes me feel grateful to be alive. And I'll just leave it at that. I don't want to take up too much space, and I would like to hold some room for Ivy or Muguette to come in if they so choose. So,
Ivy.
Okay, is that a nod? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I am just so thankful for all of you. I mean, the art and the discussion was just so beautiful and poignant and heartfelt and real. And you all are exactly what we need right now. And I'm just so thankful for each and every one of you. And Sharon, your work, like, so powerful and just right at the center of things. Like, I could just feel it, you know. Dani, your work was like beautiful and exploring so many different aspects of identity and grief and accepting oneself and loving oneself. And amazing. And Lauren, we just kind of went like everywhere, and it was so much fun. So real and feeling. Thank you. And Dr. Katrina, wonderful having you part of the conversation. It's such wise words, and yeah, you are all just wonderful, and I'm not going to take up any more space now, so thank you so much.
Maguette.
Thank you so much. Can you hear me? Yeah. Thank you so much, all of you, for doing this with NAMI Seattle and the Central District Forum tonight. It was so inspiring. I got comments. I got a couple of texts from people. They said, we need to do this more often. But this is really wonderful. So Sharon, thank you. Thank you. Michael, behind the scene and doing all this work. I appreciate it. You know, Lauren, I've known you for a long time, but you don't know me. I know your father well because I know him well. Say hello to him for me.
I will.
Dani, you look like my brother. I guess I would love you. I couldn't love you more. So thank you for what you do. It's beautiful. And Dr. Katrina, thank you for leading us into some pretty important conversation. You know, this is the first for NAMI Seattle, but I really want us to continue on this conversation. Black mental health matters, and we really need to talk about it. I also want to thank again the gracious couple who has underwritten this event tonight. So they were pretty, they support NAMI's values, and they support the work that we do. But mostly, I want to remind you that NAMI also offers free mental health support groups, workshops, and a free helpline. So visit our website at namiseattle.org for more details. But as of for tonight, I want to say thank you, and I'm going to go and think about everything that happened tonight. And I'm glad it's on YouTube because I will be able to play it again. So many beautiful parts that I want to relive again. Thank you. Thank you for being part of this. And our work continues. Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter. Thank you, Maguette. Thank you, NAMI. Thank you to all the artists and Dr. Katrina for being here. Thank you, Ivy, for keeping us in line. And but thank you for those of you who are with us. Thank you for watching this. We want to destigmatize what mental health is in the Black community and have those conversations. So this video will be up on YouTube, on NAMI, through NAMI, CD Forum, Sharon Nyree Williams, Minerva Labs. Please share and continue to share these stories. And have conversations around it. Pause it, have a conversation. Pause it, have a conversation. Do like we did tonight. Please check me and Michael out in continuing shaking shit up on the CD Forum. Where tomorrow, Dani, what's happening tomorrow with CD Forum?
Surprise! I get to talk to Dr. Katrina's wife. Sadiqa, Iman, I get to talk to them tomorrow through our intimate conversations. This is kicking off season number 2. We're also going to be talking to Lauren DuPree in a few weeks. So y'all ain't done with this conversation. Tomorrow at 3 p.m., check out our Instagram live page, Central District Forum for Arts and Ideas, Instagram live at 3 o'clock. And we also will be posting those on our Central District Forum for Arts and Ideas TV, CD Forum TV, and we also have those in podcast form on Spotify. So just check us out. We're doing some stuff, but you will get to hear more from the other side of Dr. Katrina, the artist, the wife, the artist, and then you will get to hear more from Lauren DuPree in the next few weeks. So check us out.
Cool. And Dr. Katrina, what's your website again? Because I totally messed up the scroll.
Yeah, it's Dr. Katrina Sanford, DrKatrinaSanford.com.
Awesome. Lauren, what's next? Conversation with me on Monday.
All right. Yeah. Well, yeah, I'll be talking with Dani. Why can't I think of what I'm doing next?
She's working on a new film. She's working on her film project. She's working on some skits. She has her blog. Check her out on all social platforms. But
you can read the blog at justintree.com.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Have a great night. Mental health is not something that we can take light in our community, and don't be afraid to have the conversations. Love and peace to all of you.
Thank you. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.